Hey everybody, welcome back to another show and tell video. Today we're looking at two examples of a M2A1 type of ammunition can. And from the text on these, trying to see if I can get a better angle on the light here. A little bit of glare. About that. No. I think we're actually getting it from that light. Okay. We're going to roll without that light today, I guess. Interesting. Anyways, from the text of these are set up for 50 caliber ammunition, and both of these will contain 100 cartridges of linked using the M9 style links, which I believe are push back as opposed to the push forward type of links. If we look at the next lines, we start to see a difference. If we look at this box here, this has a ratio of 4 ball of M33 to 1 round of tracer M17. So that means every 4 rounds, the next round would be a tracer round, followed by another 4 rounds, followed by another tracer round, etc. throughout the 100 cartridge link belt. Now if we look at the other can, this one, using the M9 links, is just all ball M33, no tracers. Slight difference there. Well, effectively, quite a difference. Now if we look at the lot codes, we both have LC codes, which I believe it would be Lake City plant. And this one has an 05 for year 2005 versus this one has a 07 for year 2007, followed by month codes, then followed by lot code and sub-serial numbers. So you can see some slight differences there using a letter substitution as opposed to pure numbers there. So if we go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which one shall we look at first? Well, actually they're both the same, but we'll functionally turn them over real quick, looking around. One of these I've actually applied some label maker labels onto them just for reusing. They both seem pretty similar. Hinge styles. We do have some stamping on the back, and this is right here. The manufacturer of the can would be SCF, M2A1, 205. This one's also an SCF, M2A1 in 07. Let's take a look at the 07 one here. So the current series of cans, the lids typically have a horizontal overlapping lid on both sides, as you can see. Multiple part hinge, which is attached on the lid, as well as the body of the can through welding. You can see variations in the style of welding. How that turns out. Looks like we have a little wear on the paint right there. Using pin style hinges. Check and see how many are on this one. We do have the same number as well on this can. If you look at the bottom real quick, we do have an indentation, which will help with stacking for the handle point, and welded bottom as well as a weld up and down the front. If you look at the handle on the top, you see it's multi-point, 2 points there, with allows motion, which helps with carrying and momentum. These points here protrude upwards and help with stacking. And let's see, we look at specifically at the front. You have a handle here which will help with vertical lifting as well as sliding along flat surfaces. And if we look specifically at the sides as we open. This is a big flap handle. Flex this way, locks under this piece, which is attached to the front of the can itself. And then we can just pop it open, like so. So as we saw the indentation on the bottom, we can see it protruding into the bottom of the can itself. No real separations inside the can. Lid has reinforcement for the handle attachment, you can see here. And those two protrusions do not show up here. So those are actually part of the lid itself. Because this is a detachable lid, if we look at the hinge points, we can just pull this off. So it's a little bit stiff, but there it goes. So you can see how the pins will go through those points right there, and the pins themselves. If you look at the lid itself, you can see there's a rubber grommet that goes all the way around to help keep moisture and humidity out in this type of climates, as well as grit and other contaminants from whatever contents you put inside these. Reattaching is easy as well. You just have to line up the hinge points with the pins. And again, this one was rather a tight fit, which is good, but it does make attachment a little bit more difficult. But we'll get it. There we go, just like that. So we close it up. Again, it's the reverse. We also notice, because of that overlapping lip, it provides a little bit of friction, which can help with keeping the belt covered while still letting it feed out over this as a shelf point to help with feeding as well. Likewise, opening only opens to a certain point, which allows for feeding off of here as well when this is in the tray, to help keep that out of the way while still keeping it at the open angle. So again, closing it up, easy. Put it under the interlocking flap right there and push down. So again, M2A1 style of can. This one is the same. As an added bonus, I do have this one here, which was actually given to me by a friend's father, and he used this for many years as a lunchbox when he was in the Navy. But there's some slight differences to this one. This one has the older style lid, which has the slant angle as well as then a wider or deeper horizontal edge on the lid flap. This one has been painted over a few times over the years, so the original markings unfortunately are somewhere under here. And there's been a few stickers added onto there. Still has the same indentation at the bottom, and the hinges as well as the handle are attached in a similar manner, but does have the older style lid with the particular highlighting here with that style of lid. So again, this has been a show and tell video of a few examples of the M2A1 ammunition can, in this case for 50 caliber ammunition. I might do a part 2 video on another example of a M2A1 can that's actually used for something else, different type of ammunition. We do have other show and tell videos. Feel free to check those out in the playlist. We also do unboxing videos in the playlist, as well as curios for the curious, more artsy types of objects. Feel free to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you next time.